Damn, baby girl, yeah, you look fly. Yeah, you look fly. Yeah, you look fly. You got it going on, can't even lie. And the booty crazy, oh my God. Yeah, why you gonna do it like that? Put that ass all on me. Niggas don't even know what to do with all that. No lie, no cap.
Welcome back to my channel, or whatever. Today is Vlogmas day 9. I just, let me find the light. Yesterday I didn't post a video. I was not in the best of moods. Like, my skin is breaking out and I just didn't feel like it. And it's crazy because I was like conflicted about whether or not I was giving up on myself, because like Vlogmas, you're supposed to post like every day for 25 days, but at the same time I want to be authentic and like honor myself in those 25 days as well. Do I push through that feeling and just get it done, or do I honor my feelings and rest? So I chose to honor my feelings and rest, because it's okay to change my mind. It's okay to change the rules. It's okay to pivot and adjust. Sundays will be my rest day, and I will not be posting Vlogmas videos on Sundays. That honors my self-care commitment. It honors my need to not be on camera every day. It could be sometimes hard to sit in front of the camera and like smile when you're not feeling smiley. I always want to be authentic. Like, I never want to be like fake as fuck. So that kind of coincides to what I wanted to talk about today. How do you take care of yourself during the holiday season? Or like, how do you deal with all of the pressures that come with the holiday season? And for some people that means like financial pressure. For some people that means a lot of emotional pressure to show up and be in spaces where sometimes you feel like you can't be your authentic self. And for some people that means like pressure to communicate with family members that they may not even be talking to. So I think that I'm gonna call today's vlog like how to survive the holidays, and how to survive the holidays and take care of yourself. I don't know, or hold on, let me put this up here so I don't have to hold it. Should I turn this light on? Do we need this light? Yeah, so let me close this door. I wrote down a few things, and I'm still not really sure what I'm gonna title this vlog for today, but I think it's going to be like how to honor your boundaries during the holidays. So the first thing I want to talk about, or the first area that I would like to talk about, is something that I have experienced, which is how do you handle the holidays when you do not speak to your family members. The holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Eve, Kwanzaa, I don't even know, there's so many others. There's so many different types of celebrations happening, but overall the holiday spirit is surrounded around family, and for a lot of us, we are not either in contact with our families or we're not super close with our families for a multitude of reasons. I have been there. I have spent holidays alone because I felt like it was better to be alone than to be with them, and that's tough and that's hard for some people to understand or digest, but it was necessary at the time. Right now I am semi-contact with my family, which means I will spend one holiday but not the other, because that is how much I know that I can take. So I'll do Thanksgiving without, or not do Christmas, or I'll do Christmas and not do Thanksgiving, but never both, because it's just better. And that's just the boundary that I've created for myself, because I know what my limits are and what I'm able to handle. The most important rule of surviving the holidays, create a plan. The first thing you want to do is make a plan. This is very simple, and your plan could be anything you want it to be. It's your plan. It does not have to look a certain kind of way. So for example, last Thanksgiving I did not go home to Houston. I stayed in LA by myself. That was an intentional choice that I made because, like I said, I personally don't feel comfortable doing both holidays in Houston because of the capacity that I have. Made a plan for Thanksgiving last year, and my plan was to stay home, to not check social media, and to just watch movies and order Postmates. It was just a regular like chill kickback day. That was my plan, and my plan worked for me. I didn't feel super sad or super lonely, mostly because I wasn't on the internet like looking at everyone eating good with their families and like sharing the jokes and the facade of like what family means. I created my own tradition in that sense, and I've done that a few years. That was not my first year staying home for Thanksgiving, and some years are really easy and some years are tough, you know. I do have a partner, so my partner spends holidays with their family. They're really close to their family, so sometimes that is difficult when they're like, yeah, we're about to go cut the turkey or whatever, and I'm like, well, I'm about to watch Fresh Prince. Like, you know, you gotta like, and then you just create that boundary, and my partner allows me space to do that. So it's like, all right, she wants to be in her feelings today and watch her shows, I'm gonna let her do that, and she doesn't like overwhelm me with the fun that they're having with their families or whatever. It's just, you know, you have to make a plan for yourself, and that could be something as simple as like what I said with the Netflix, or it could be something more extreme. I want to wake up, I want to go on a hike, I want to then go eat Chinese food with the homies, or I want to go to my friend's house. I don't want to go to my family's, but I do want to go to my friends. Whatever your plan is, it's your plan. Don't allow anybody to make you feel any type of way about how you choose to spend your holiday. It's a break, whether we want it or not. A lot of us don't have work, so it's a break, and you get to choose how you spend your break, and no one can judge you for that. It's your decision what you do with your free time. You also want to think about what are you going to do if your family members that you're not communicating with, or you chose not to be with around this season, if they call you, or if you see them on Instagram or whatever. Like, what is your response to that? For me, I keep the boundary at, hey, I'm not able to come this time, I'm sorry. And that could be the end of it. Like, you don't have to explain why. You owe nobody you don't owe nobody an explanation about your choices. So but it's important to think through other people's responses to you so that you know how to uphold your own boundary when it comes to family members and the holidays. And if you do have those overly intrusive family members that are like, but why, that's when you want to be like, I'm just not able to come this time. I hope that you guys have a good time. And in some cases, you may have already established that with your family members. Like, they already know why you don't fuck with them. Like, hey, so if I'm not able to bring my partner to Thanksgiving, then I'm not coming. And that's also a boundary, and that's something that a lot of people deal with around holidays as well. So everyone has various reasons as to why you don't really fuck with your family, and that's okay. Another stressful thing that happens during the holidays is money. So money gets real tight around the holidays, but this is a very simple reminder, and it's been working for me the past few years. When you wake up and you realize that you do not have to buy anybody anything, and if you choose to purchase gifts for people, you should not do so at your own expense, because come January, everyone's going to be moved the fuck on, and they're not going to be worried about what you did or did not get them for Christmas, nor are they going to be the ones paying the credit card bills when they start rolling in. So just be mindful and uphold your own financial boundaries as well. Sometimes in some families they do like a white elephant gift exchange. That way it's just like one present, and everyone ends up with one. We do this on my larger side of my family. They call it the Chinese auction, but I think that's inappropriate, so we'll call it the white elephant gift exchange. And basically everyone brings a random gift, and then you fight for them, and then everyone leaves with a gift. And we typically have like a $25 limit, so nothing expensive or nothing crazy, but it allows for you to not feel so bad about not buying gifts for anyone. In general, you should not feel bad about buying gifts or not buying gifts, or having to buy a certain amount of, spend a certain amount of money on people. You should have a budget for what you can and can't afford around the holidays, and if it's outside of that, you don't owe it to nobody to break your back or, you know, go into debt over this season. It's not worth it. And I would really sit back and explore like why you think it's necessary to make those decisions that will ultimately impact your future. It's tough, right? You see all the sales popping up. You know, Urban just had a 50% off sale. So that was like, ooh, I really want to get this and this and this for this person, but it's like, I don't know if that's like responsible. I already bought like this and this, that's enough. And also, like, when buying gifts for people, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like, I made some of my gifts this year. I made some people some waist beads, so that was like free because I had the supplies already in my house, and they will appreciate them because they've been asking me for them for so long, and finally made them. The last thing I want to say, the most important thing, that if you take anything from this video, take this one thing, is that you are in charge of your own emotions. You are in charge of your own emotional health. If there is something that you know, be prepared. Like, be prepared. Holidays are the time when family members ask you about your weight. They ask you about your spouses, your ex-spouse, are you gay, if you just got divorced, like all this trash ass shit. Like, some of you white people have Trump supporters in your family, some of you black people have Trump supporters in your family, and you have to be prepared for those difficult conversations, and you have to be prepared for people to, what I like to call, play their roles. They've been playing their roles your whole life. You know what to expect. You know what they're gonna say. You know how they're gonna act. So now that you are emotionally mature, it's your job to figure out how to navigate in space with them as they play their role and you play yours. Most of our toxic family members are extremely predictable. You know what they're gonna say, you know how they're gonna react, so why don't you make up a plan and figure out how to move through and navigate so that everyone has a good holiday, period. Most importantly, remember to take care of yourself. And the last thing I want to say is, leaving is always an option. It is a-okay to walk the fuck out. Deuces. I will see y'all next year. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my Vlogmas. I will continue to be consistent. Aside from Sundays, that will now be my self-care day. I need it. I can't film 7 days in a row. It's stressful to me, and I don't always feel like being on camera. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, the hood or the hippie.